Yellowjackets episode 3 by 10, full circle, analyzing the chaotic end of a wild season. Alright, so here we are folks, the Yellowjackets season 3 finale, episode 10, full circle. Now before we dive into all the chaos and absurdity that went down, I need to make a quick confession. While I was sleeping last night, my house somehow turned into blue bread. Yeah, I know, don't ask. I'm assuming it's one of those quantum reality glitches we're all gonna have to get used to in 2025. I woke up, looked around, and thought, well, at least it's not yellowjackety enough to kill me, right? So, I'm just hoping this video doesn't turn into a time loop, because that seems to be the vibe we're working with today. Anyway, back to the task at hand. Season 3 finale. Yellowjackets has been absolutely insane this season, and episode 10 was a doozy. It had everything. Trauma, blood, betrayal, and just about every character trying to do their best impression of a survival expert in a completely non-survival environment. It was like the writers had a bingo card for freakout moments and filled it up in one episode. Let's break it down. The cult reveal. A terrifying, soggy cake. The big takeaway from Yellowjackets episode 3 by 10 was the confirmation of the cult narrative that has been bubbling under the surface all season. After a few episodes of teasing and insinuation, we get a solid view into the depths of this all-is-not-well cabin in the woods. And let me tell you, it was not what I expected. Mostly because I didn't see how much of a waste of a ritualistic cake that cult scene was. Like, really? You're gonna put all that blood and energy into a cake, and then just smash it in a weird circle dance that goes nowhere? You know what they say about cake. If you're not gonna eat it, what's the point? But hey, we did get the answers we've been waiting for. Shauna's transformation into this weird mother figure who is ready to lead the cult. Yikes, that was creepy. She seems to have taken a huge leap from, oh no, I just killed a guy, to, I'll sacrifice anyone to keep my power. We even get a look into her mindset, and it's chilling. The girl can't stop herself from spiraling into madness, especially after that last unpredictable encounter with the worst cake ever. Shauna's the real MVP of dysfunction. Shauna, played by the amazing Melanie Lynskey, has been doing some emotional gymnastics all season long. This finale was no exception. She's got that dark, twisted energy we love, but now it's on full display. The episode ends with Shauna kind of emerging as the leader of the group of survivors. And when I say leader, I mean it in the most dysfunctional, everyone else is potentially dead sort of way possible. Seriously, it was like the moment when you realize you're the last one left with a party sub at a party you weren't even invited to. You're just kind of like, oh, guess I'm running the show now? Cool. But honestly, you have to respect her drive. She may not have any real survival skills, other than, stabbing people and eating things they shouldn't. But Shauna's not afraid to lean into the madness and claim her crown as the ringleader of whatever bizarre cult this is becoming. There's something about the way she drags everyone else into this mess that's kind of impressive. She could probably sell ice to an Eskimo at this point, or at least convince you to sacrifice a goat and sing a weird chant in the woods, which, honestly, would be more believable than a lot of cult leaders I've seen on TV. The trauma train's final stop. One of the things I love about Yellowjackets is how deeply they've managed to explore the trauma these characters have been through, and how it continues to haunt them in the present day. Take Natalie, for example. She's been teetering on the edge of self-destruction all season long, and this episode didn't do her any favors. From dealing with the cult, to her failed attempts to leave her trauma behind, Natalie's arc this season has been intense. But honestly, I get it. If I had lived through what she did, I'd probably be chasing every unhealthy coping mechanism under the sun too. So, in a way, you can't blame her for slipping further into that spiral. At this point, the only thing that might save her is either a massive intervention or an unexpected plot twist that, frankly, Yellowjackets seems very skilled at delivering. Either way, it's going to take more than a well-placed therapy session to get her back to some semblance of normalcy. Lottie and the anticipated cult drama. Lottie's character also takes a huge shift in episode 10. We get the sense that she has fully embraced her role as the chosen one, or at least the leader of the chosen ones. She's all in on the cult-like mindset, even if it means sacrificing her own morality in the process. The way she manipulates the group into believing her version of the truth is chilling. It almost feels like she's learned how to play this power game so well that it's second nature now. If she were on Survivor, she'd be winning every alliance, no question. The way Lottie essentially becomes the charismatic force behind the group, leading them toward this dark, twisted version of survivalism, is honestly a little terrifying. Like if you had told me back in season 1 that Lottie was going to become this manipulative, mind-bending cult leader figure, I'd have laughed. But now, I'd be trying to make my escape from her blue bread house just to be safe. The cabin in the woods, a shaky foundation. Let's talk about that cabin. Oh boy. At the end of the episode, things finally reach their peak with some wild, insane energy. As the group spirals deeper into their cult-like behavior, they make the cabin their sacred space, a place to worship the darkness and embrace the brutality that has consumed them. It's like the Yellowjackets version of a come-to-Jesus moment, but instead of salvation, they're just digging deeper into madness. The cult isn't just symbolic, it's real, and it's growing. The group is living in this alternate reality where survivalism and brutality are their only truths. They've gone from creating a society to embracing complete anarchy, with no real boundaries left. Yellowjackets has made the jump from wilderness survival drama to psychological horror with cult undertones. The finale, a full circle of chaos. By the time the episode ends, we realize that this entire season has come full circle. The story that started with a simple premise, survivors of a plane crash struggling to survive in the woods, has spiraled into a much darker narrative. The trauma from their youth has bled into their adult lives, creating a cycle of violence, manipulation, and madness. And with that, the series has completed one hell of a ride. If you've been watching from the start, you've seen how far these characters have fallen. No longer just kids in the woods, they've become twisted versions of themselves, with a toxic blend of power, fear, and raw human instinct. The ending of episode 10 leaves us wondering where the show will go next, and what kind of full-circle insanity we'll be looking at in the next season. Outro time. Alright, well, I guess that's it for today, folks. If you've made it through this wild ride of a video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs a little more dark survival drama in their life. Who knows? Maybe next time we'll talk about Yellowjackets turning into a full-fledged reality TV show where the contestants choose to live in the woods forever. Stay tuned, because it's going to get crazier. Probably in blue bread form.